Well, welcome back. A $25 million bond is on the ballot for Rosebud Lot ISD. Prop A proposes school renovations and new spaces for special programs in science, wellness, and college, as well as career prep. So here is the latest tally for that. You can see it's leading by 59%. Now we take a look at Proposition B, which pays off debt and aims to provide pay raises for teachers. You can see that is also leading with 4 at 56%.
Now let's take a look at the race for mayor of Gatesville. It was between Leo Corona and Gary Chumley. We're declaring Chumley the winner with 61% of the vote. Switching on over to Republican Jason Campbell versus Democrat Joe Lopez. Campbell getting 72% of the vote for Falls County Sheriff. And a close race going on between Greg May and Brett Ederling for mayor of Robinson, but May has 53% of the vote at this time, Burt with 47% of the vote.
Now we are joined in studio tonight by two Central Texas political analysts. We have Dr. Pat Flavin here next to me. He is the interim chair of the Political Science Department at Baylor University. And then we have Dr. Jeffrey Dixon next to Lindsay over here, who is an associate professor at Texas A&M University, Central Texas. First off, I want to thank both of you all for being here with us tonight. We want to take a look at the overall picture for the presidential race. I want to go to that. We have a really cool handy dandy thing that we can use. It's really highly advanced technology.
Yeah, at this point we're looking at the percentages, but we can also go ahead and switch over. Maybe our producer can do that with the electoral votes as well, because that's important at this point. So what is this map telling you guys at this point of the night? There's still a long night to go, we think?
I think right now it looks favorable for Trump. If you look at North Carolina, Georgia, they'll probably have their votes counted sooner rather than later, and he's leading there. And then you look at the blue wall, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, and it will take longer to count those votes, but he's doing well there too. And so I don't think anything's going to be decided tonight, but likely at the moment at least, the Trump campaign is probably feeling a little better than the Harris campaign.
Yeah, and we're taking a look at that right now, and he's leading with 52%. And you heard Lindsay talk about electoral college. It's because you need 270, at least 270 of those in order to win. We know that Texas has the second most with 40. California has the most with 54. That 54 went to Harris, while Texas, our 40, went to former President Donald Trump. And then you mentioned those swing states. I mean, what are some key takeaways, with these swing states, and can you kind of name them that we're really focusing on?
Yeah, I think the swing states that we're focusing on this election are Georgia, for one, North Carolina to some degree, Pennsylvania. All those are leaning towards Trump right now. But traditionally we've added Ohio, but it's not terribly close this year in Ohio, and Nevada, and Arizona.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening right now in the Senate race. We've all seen the commercials, Colin Allred versus Senator Ted Cruz, and right now Cruz has 53% of the vote, Allred with 44% of the vote, and here in our local counties, they all went red as well. We're bordered there, though, to Williamson County, which went blue in favor of Allred. I think that's maybe something that might be interesting to our area as we continue to have people that possibly move into Bell County out of Travis and Williamson counties as well. But what do the results, let's go back to Senator, what do those results tonight show you versus, Micah, if we could go to Senator race in 2020.
Oh, 2020,
and kind of see.
Got you.
Yeah, you're getting.
We're learning. We're getting fancy.
You love that little pin there. Anyways, if we compare Cruz back to 2018?
2018.
There we go. All right. Is there any takeaways that we can see as to how, I guess, Colin Allred performed versus Beto and Cruz?
I think Cruz is performing better than expected. This was, depending on the poll, Cruz up by 3 or 4 points, and it looks like he might win by 8 or 9. So in 2018, Beto O'Rourke came ever so close. I think Democrats, took a lot of maybe motivation, momentum from that. It doesn't look like that's going to happen tonight. It looks like Cruz is going to win Texas, and the sort of Democratic dream of Texas turning purple. It always seems to be the next election away. That seems to be the case tonight too.
Yeah, and we keep seeing a pattern. I mean, with this, where we see these southern borders counties vote blue, and then we see those highly populated areas, like you named, kind of Williamson County, Travis County, voting. Now, I want to take a look at the balance of power, because this is something the nation was watching as well for this race. We're seeing Texas slightly over here. I mean, do you think this is going to have a big power shift if Cruz does win for the overall Senate?
I expect there to be a power shift in the Senate, not because Cruz will win, because that's a seat Republicans are already holding, but because there are just so many Democrats up for re-election this time around, compared to many fewer Republicans up for re-election. And if those races happen to go 50-50, we could expect the Republicans to gain a fair number of Senate seats. And they only need 2 to flip the Senate.
Only 2.
And if you're Trump right now and you're looking at this and you're thinking, if I get elected to office, you're thinking I've got a good chance of being able to get some of my policies through. If you're Harris and you're thinking I might win tonight, then you might have a bit of a more difficult time when you get into office to get those policies through, which is part of why that is definitely so important.
Yeah.
Any other takeaways you think from the election tonight? We had a great crowd joining us on our streaming 6+ app, so thank you for all your insight. But anything else you want to share with the viewers tonight, just about the election this year and how it's gone?
I think one thing we didn't talk about is the U.S. House is still very much up for grabs. Why that's so important is, say, if Trump was to win and you have a Republican Senate, it would be a very different political world if Republicans also controlled the House versus if Democrats controlled the House and you had divided government. And so going in, there was sort of a 50-50 toss-up, and I don't think that will be decided for probably several days. But keep an eye on the U.S. House, too. I know the presidency and the Senate gets a lot of attention, but that's just as important in the House.
All right.
Well, I absolutely agree. But the thing that I would add is that it's going to matter who the vice president is if only 2 seats, which would be probably a best case scenario for Democrats at this point, if only 2 Senate seats flip, or only 1 flip, then you have 50-50 Senate, and it matters who the vice president is so they can break ties. Either candidate, though, would be hard-pressed to get major policies through the Senate, given the de facto requirement for 60 votes to overcome a filibuster, and the routinization of the filibuster, where it's just done on everything now.
Well, Dr. Dixon and Dr. Flavin, thank you so much for coming in tonight. We always love your insight and putting it all into context for us. We'll be right back. Y'all stick with us.